A warm welcome to our webinar, Deconstructing Agentic AI. So why did we choose that title? Very simply put, on the one hand, the amazing or frightening, regardless of how you're looking at the noise level, but also as part of those descriptions, the suggestion of disruption. Just take, for example, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella suggesting SaaS, software as a service, is dead, will be replaced by agents. But also, if you listen to some of our peers, they would suggest there's a pivot towards services as software, meaning some of our time, what typically, if you think about the way a service being delivered, was largely by labor arbitrage. Over time, that's being replaced by technology arbitrage, which AI and agentic AI being the key, some of change agents to that. If you listen, for instance, to Accenture, and Accenture's technology vision is probably the benchmark for thought leadership, so where we all look out for guidance, especially around transformation and innovation, but even around AI, agentic AI, they're quite early in their description. So if Accenture is not fully there yet, it gives us a good sense, literally, where we are in the early journeys, where the industry is at. Spencer, with all that, many organizations are still working with mainframes. Lotus Notes is still alive and kicking. So give us some groundings. Where are we really at with agentic AI?
You and I get to have a lot of good conversations with a lot of different organizations on the end user side, on the buyer side of things. And frankly, where we're at here is early day exploratory conversations, leaders trying to understand how much of the conversation is hype, how much conversation is reality, and then trying to work out who are the right partners, who are the right organizations to sort of fit their needs. Do they need to move immediately on the buyer side of things, or is it more of an iterative type of cycle? So we're in very much that early day start of things. However, if you look at the signals that the software and services, or particularly the software side, is pushing and discussing, you would think that we're pretty much at the apex, and we can all be doing agentic tomorrow. But of course, there's the unforeseen consequences that most organizations don't have quite a full understanding of yet. Of what do they need to have in place from a skill perspective? What do they need to think about and identify problems in their organizations that are good use cases? Are we at the stage now where it's kind of low-hanging fruit type activities, where it's based on that more sort of assistive kind of function rather than fully autonomous, deep business orchestration type side of things? So we're on that path now. The question is can we as an industry as a whole, including those buyers, can we maintain a healthy trajectory, or are we going to go through a little bit of a slump as things sort of come off the boil a little bit from being overexcited? I think, in all honesty, with this technology and the pace of it, we probably can maintain a healthy trajectory as long as we keep aware of the signals of adoption.
I think they are great observations, but also I think we need clarity what the goal is. And it reminds me a little bit of the discussion we had both with cloud and automation. So end-to-end transformation or even automation, or are we happy just with employee productivity, or task automation? So that's one. But also I think the next point is again how to make some cuts through that market noise. I think it's rarely about technology and capability. It's all about an outcome, and I think that's where again the title comes in. We'll be happy to provide more guidance. So if you enjoyed what you so far heard from Spencer and I, please click on the link provided. Some of you see the full version of the podcast. Not only that, we would love to engage with you on all the topics raised. Reach out to either of us. So we would love to engage and continue the discussion. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.